What's up, YouTube? Marzio Grava here with the Tunes and Tones series after a long time, I know. Now, today I'm quite excited and I'll be very brief because this is about Yngwie Malmsteen and this Fender Yngwie Malmsteen Signature Stratocaster. This is a 2007 model with a stunning rosewood fingerboard that I was really looking for a long time, and honestly I had to get my hands on this one once I saw it on sale on Reverb. That was some months ago. Now, Yngwie has had a massive impact on my music path or my musical career, as you know, I can tell you that once I discovered Yngwie when I was maybe 14, 15, it really switched the way I thought about playing, and the more is more thing. And I decided really to put no limits to my learning and to my technical skills, and really pushing boundaries all the time and learning more, and really, even though if you listen to my music and the bands I play with, it's not really so close to what Yngwie does, I can tell you that I'm a better musician because I know him. That's unquestionable. So really, for me, it was kind of a dream to get my hands on one of these guitars. And I know that he plays, I think for the past 20 years or so, he plays mostly with the maple fretboard, but I really love fretboards that are rosewood or ebony, I mean darker woods, as you can see probably. Now this guitar is very special. It's probably Fender's most unique signature guitar. It does come with, a brass nut, which is something that probably you don't find in other Fender models. This one comes with the Marzio because I prefer the Marzio era of Yngwie's sound, so they are not so different anyway. Differences between the Marzio HS3 and the IJM Furry by Seymour Duncan's, they have the same character, I think, but you might find a brighter sound on these ones and a warmer sound on the YJM, maybe a bit more output as well. Everything is original on this one. The 70s headstock. Anyway, it's a very good exemplar that I got with me, and I was quite lucky with that. But it's safe to say that this is a very versatile guitar. Of course, it sounds like a Strat, but these are kind of stacked single coils, so it does really give you more is more, like Yngwie says. It gives you more, but still it sounds like a Strat, I just can pull back a bit the volume. Let me take a bit off the gain here. He does the blues thing. I'm pretty sure he can play also John Mayer in this. Jokes aside, it's a very versatile guitar. If I would really have to rank this one, it's probably the most versatile Strat I got my hands onto, because of the all the sonic possibilities. Really, if I want really to crank on and have the most drive on it, it might sound even close to what humbunkers would sound. But if I go back and roll back a bit the volume, lovely, isn't it? So this is really a unique signature series, and of course Yngwie is one of the first artists that Fender worked with in the past to have the signature model released, and of course it's been through transformation. I think that the very first one from '89, they had the classic Fender headstock, the smaller one from the 50s and 60s. In general it did change a bit, but the scalloped fretboard, that's a given. All the models had the scalloped fretboard, and they might have changed over time, but in general that's what you get. You get the scalloped fretboard, the jumbo frets, and that's also making a lot of difference. And one thing I need to say, it really changes how you play, because you don't touch the wood, right? You shouldn't, because if you do, it's going to go out of tune. That note, not tuning, right? It's very stable. It's probably the strat I have, and from all the strats I had in my life, that this is really the tuning stability of this one is the best. It's really solid. Maybe it's because of the brass nut as well. You know, I don't know. This is a classic Fender floating tremolo, so nothing different, but it really does the trick. Now, when you play with this guitar, you need to have a much lighter approach, and that's for me was quite a challenge in the beginning, because I have a heavy left hand, and that's because when I started playing, I really had bad instruments. You know, my family, we didn't really have great financial circumstances, and I really had to play with what I could afford, and normally it was, yeah, quite crappy instruments that I had. So for me it was quite a transition to play this guitar, and the thing, I was like, okay, maybe I get used to it, and then I'm going back to my 62 Strat, or to the Silver Sky, which are my main guitars, and I'm going to be playing differently, but it's really not, you know, it's really instinctively, you get back to another instrument. My Vega Relic Tele, for example, is a great instrument. They're all a bit different, they have different radius, different feel, but you know, once I get on this one, it's a totally lighter approach, and of course it changes how you play. It gives you and takes something probably as well, but the control you have over the strings, you know, bending, for example, is just, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, this is just my short, or let's say my 10 cents on this guitar. I think if you are an Yngwie fan, you need to try twice, or grab one, buy one. If you are a beginner, probably this is not the guitar you should be starting with, because it's not a regular Stratocaster, it's not a regular electric guitar. But if you want something that sounds different, but looks like a Strat, but gives you more sonic possibilities, and you know, a different playing approach, you should try it. Yngwie might not be loved by all the players, but he's definitely not ignored by any of us. He's one of the most influential electric guitar players of all time, one of the greatest musicians of all time. No questions on that. And his influence is just ridiculous. He's one of the most influential players ever. I can put him next to Eddie Van Halen, for that matter. Probably, in my opinion, the top 2 most influential players. If I would have a top 3, then of course I need to get Hendrix, and top 4, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and so on. But anyway, I hope you liked it, and if you like my channel, please subscribe. I'll try to post more content more often from now on, as I have more time towards the winter. And I wish you a great day, and yeah, stay in touch, connect with my channel, comment on my videos, ask me questions, happy to respond. Cheers.